Well, joining us now, Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, Executive Chairperson of Biocon India. Thanks, ma'am, very much for being with us. It's a big day today. We've got more weapons in our arsenal. Do you believe that these two vaccines, for starters, should be used as boosters?
Yes, Vishnu, thanks for announcing these very important bits of news. I certainly believe that these are subunit RBD or receptor binding domain based vaccines. And I think these are going to be extremely useful and valuable as boosters, especially since we are talking about variants. And as you know, many of the spike protein based vaccines do not seem to be as efficacious as they were for the original virus, which was really the alpha variant, and up to the beta variant are fairly efficacious. The efficacy of the mRNA vaccines dropped sharply. So did many of the other vaccines. So I believe that these two vaccines actually were, conducting their trials during the Delta variant time. And therefore, I believe that the efficacy that readouts that we've had, at least of Novavax, is high in relation to Delta. And it also seems to have a good potential in terms of the Omicron as well. So I, for one, in any case, would recommend very strongly that these vaccines be used as boosters, because we do know that, adenoviral vector-based vaccines, when combined with these subunit vaccines, could be very, very efficacious.
Yeah. And therefore, ma'am, how soon do you realistically expect these to be rolled out? There's a reason I ask. Covovax is stocked. It's in stockpile. It's being exported now to the Philippines and Indonesia. And the government has already pre-ordered from Biological E. So the sense is that these can actually be rolled out soon, and perhaps in a matter of weeks. Is that your sense as well, that it's not going to be 6 months until these come into the market?
Well, there are two aspects to this, Vishnu. First and foremost, I think the government ought to, open this up for the private market. Because the private market is willing to pay and willing to vaccinate people, with a booster shot, irrespective of, the present, eligibility criteria, which the government said it will basically deal with and procure vaccines for the same. But I then believe we also need to open up the economy. And I believe that anyone, coming to work, just like we are vaccinating children, I think on-site presence of anyone also needs to be protected. And therefore, I do believe that employees also need a booster shot, which I think corporate India will be willing to really procure and immunize. So I really believe that the government ought to open up boosters to the private sector, which will actually save the exchequer, a huge burden.
Yeah. And as I understand it, Covovax might actually end up being the second cheapest vaccine in the world. And Corbevax, the price we don't really know, but it was always designed to be very inexpensive.
Well, I do know that Corbevax was considered to be one of the most low-cost vaccines, because I know that that's what has been agreed with the government. As far as Covovax is concerned, it may not be the cheapest, but I think it's very efficacious. Right. As you know, the data generated thus far is extremely encouraging. And therefore, I believe that both these vaccines can actually be used for, of course, the booster shots, as you just mentioned. And the other thing is, of course, I do know that both these vaccines are being trialed as pediatric vaccines as well.
Yes. No, and that's so important. A lot of our viewers have been writing in, messaging, tweeting, saying, are these trialed enough? Do we know whether these are, is it safe to be using these? How important is it to assert that both of these have gone through extensive trials in India, and Covovax has actually done, as Novavax, extensive trials in other parts of the world? It's been cleared by the WHO and the European regulator as well. So these are safe, bottom line.
Absolutely. I think Covovax has gone through, extensive clinical trials. And in fact, Serum Institute itself has conducted bridging trials. And also another point of reference is the fact that Serum Institute's CMC package is very, very robust. And that is what actually, got Novavax the approval from both WHO as well as the European Medicines Authority, which really relied a lot on the Serum Institute, CMC package, which I think is extremely a matter of pride for the country.
Yeah.
So I think, yes, we have extensive data on Covovax. I also do know that Corbevax also was, conducting extensive trials in India. I'm not privy to the data, but I do know that at least Covovax has got extensive data, and since it's been already approved by WHO and EMA, I don't think we should have any hesitation in using this vaccine in the country. I'm sure Corbevax is also got data that can prove its safety and efficacy. So I, for one, believe we do need to roll out these vaccines, especially as boosters ASAP.
Final question, Molnu Piraver. We always felt, and we continue to feel perhaps, that anti-COVID drugs are part of the solution. But it's underwhelmed of late, hasn't it, in tests? It's not as performed as well as Paxlovid. That's the other drug which is going to enter the market. So 30% efficacy is what they're showing in their revised data, that too not against Omicron. So how useful is it going to be?
The jury is out there, Vishnu. You're absolutely right. The data is not compelling. I think there was, even at US FDA, there was a very slim margin by which it won the approval, 13-10. And even I know that in the DCGI, the subject expert committee, also were very divided on this data. So I know that it isn't a unanimous kind of decision. I think they've just gone ahead and approved it because the US has approved it. For what reason, I don't know. But, I actually wrote an article saying that if you probably had used artificial intelligence to analyze all the data, would it have been approved, even looking at the risk-benefit ratio is the question.
Ma'am, should we not have been welcoming the release of these vaccines about a month back? Because WHO clearance happened then. Why are we discussing this now at a stage when Omicron is so much worse? Why must this all be in slow motion?
I think the DCGI has actually not taken too much time about the Novavax. That I can tell you. It's come within a very short period of the WHO and EMA approval. So it's not taken too much longer, and I think we do need to do our own regulatory assessment. Okay. So I wouldn't kind of really, comment on that. So let's say that it's better. It's not too late. It's been done in fairly, a fairly expeditious way, I would say.
All right. Well, look,
obviously they need. No, I just said, I think getting the endorsement from WHO and EMA obviously played to the approval that DCGI gave, but I would not really say that it was too delayed.
All right. Well, that's good to know. Let's hope a decision on boosters is not further delayed. And that's going to take place, hopefully.
Yeah, that I hope is not going to be delayed. I completely agree with you. Yeah. We need to really, really move in fast, because one thing we do know, and that is that there is waning efficacy, and we also know that the earlier vaccines were not tailor-made for the variants that we are now challenged with.
Right.
And if these vaccines, because they're receptor binding domain subunit vaccines, if they can give us more protection, I think we should really rapidly adopt them.
Absolutely. Thanks, ma'am, very much for being with us. Hope to chat with you soon. The moment the booster doses are announced, assuming, of course, that they are. We'll leave it over there. That's all from all of us on Left, Right and Centre. Goodbye.